STIX is lying. There isn't anyone hacking in Tower of Fantasy. I haven't personally seen it happening, which means that clearly it isn't. That right there is the mentality of Tower of Fantasy White Knights in the video that I posted yesterday, where I attempted to bring the hacking, the exploits, and the abuse that was going on in Tower of Fantasy to the attention of the public. Now, if that is in fact the case, if I were in fact lying, then that means Tower of Fantasy are also blatantly lying about the 1,706 accounts that were banned for hacking earlier today, right? Since they admitted to finding, at the very least, as of their first ban wave, over 1,700 people utilizing, in their words, cheating software in scripts. Before we go any further, I just want to take a moment here to thank all of the absolute chads and chadettes that support this channel via Patreon. You're all freaking legends. Seriously, each and every single one of you. I would offer to give each of you a kiss, but I suffer from severe intimacy issues. Additionally, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest MMO gacha and gaming news, take a second here to follow MRSSTIX and I over on Twitter. We tweet daily. Now, I don't support hacking, I don't support exploiting in the games that I play. So if I encounter it, I'm going to immediately cover it. I've gotten messages asking me why I don't cover the hacks that happen in Genshin Impact. And my answer to that is, well, I don't even play Genshin Impact. How am I supposed to know, and even beyond that, accurately cover what is happening in a game that I'm not actively playing? There would be almost no validity in anything that I say. Everything I discuss would be purely conjecture and nothing more. I have not only witnessed, but I am experiencing in real time the hacks and the exploits that are happening when it comes to Tower of Fantasy, and thus I am using my platform here to cover it. After my video, I have since managed to obtain a direct line to the Tower of Fantasy devs and have discussed the hacking topic along with a few others at great length. I am going to keep their names anonymous for their own privacy and safety, but after having talked to them, I can say that I do feel a little better. I promise to keep the content of the conversation confidential, and I will. But from what we discussed, it seems as though they are genuinely trying to work through the issues that players have right now. They're actively aware of the exploits that are running rampant and are doing their best to not only combat the hackers in question right now, but also at the same time prepare for future exploits. I won't touch on that any further, as I don't think I can really without abusing the trust that they have in me, but I'm glad to have been given a line with which to relay the issues that I have, the problems that I'm seeing, and potentially get them resolved faster. I was happy to see that they publicly addressed the overwhelming number of players engaging in these nefarious activities, though, via both Facebook and Twitter. A blog post was made over on their website just a few hours ago titled "Account Suspension Notice," which goes on to read, "Dear Wanderers, to provide a fair gaming environment and assure an excellent in-game experience for all the Wanderers in Tower of Fantasy, Hycro's Central Control Room monitors accounts using cheating software and the violation of using scripts for initializing account data. We have permanently banned 1,706 accounts involved in severe rule violations on the 16th of August. There are 295 players that were banned from the Asia Pacific region, 343 from North America, 442 from Europe, 156 from South America, and 470 from Southeast Asia. Not surprisingly, Europe and Southeast Asia happen to have the highest number of abusers. Interestingly, however, there have been reports of players being banned without having engaged in any type of hacking over on Twitter, over on Discord, according to them anyway. Sure, there are always going to be those instances where players are mistakenly banned. It happens in all games, but more often than not, you were caught red-handed and you're trying to appeal to the community to aid you in having your ban rescinded. This likely isn't going to happen. Hacks, exploits, and abuse that directly provide an unfair advantage in PvP and PvE even is going to aid in the decline of the game. Seeing so many people banned in what is hopefully the first of many ban waves is both promising and alarming. That there are so many players that are just so bad at the game that they need to resort to hacking to gain the upper hand? Firstly, you guys suck. Secondly, you guys deserve your ban. And I hope that while there have no doubt been thousands, tens of thousands of players that have left already as a direct result of seeing, versing, or engaging with hackers, it hasn't affected the game too negatively. Tower Fantasy have taken a great first step and seem to have dealt with this in an adequate time frame. It could have been faster, admittedly, and at the same time, they definitely could have minimized the damage dealt. But I think, given the circumstances, they have done a pretty good job, which means now we can get back to playing and having fun with much less of a worry that we'll encounter hackers one-shotting bosses, hackers one-shotting you in PvP, and, well, hackers and exploiters in general. Now, if Tower Fantasy just isn't your thing, I just uploaded a video on what is arguably the most fun gacha that I've played all year. Or alternatively, there's a list of confirmed gacha games launching in 2022, and here it is.